to Overcomers TV on your favorite app or streaming platform. It's time to overcome.
Well, I grew up about 30 miles from here in a town called Anderson. They're here in central Indiana. So I've known about Union Bible College all my life. Close association with the church that I attend there, Grace Holiness Church. And my brother actually went first. So he came here to Union Bible College first. And then a couple years later, I enrolled as well. And no turning back since then. I've loved every minute of it. There's always challenges, but I've just fallen in love with this place and couldn't be happier with the years that I've spent here.
That's good. So you'll be able to talk from a student perspective as well as staff.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
Yep.
So talk about your role and your involvement with the ministry now.
Serving as the Director of Public Relations and Admissions really is that. It's twofold. Overall, general connection with the public, with churches, with our donors, with our connections, and then also the side of recruitment, which is really my passion, is recruiting other students here to Union Bible College. That's the category of admissions. So
how do you describe the vision, the mission, the heartbeat of this ministry?
I would say, and what rings in my heart, is creating a place, cultivating an atmosphere where the young people that come here, just like I did, can graduate and enter the harvest field with the tools that they need to be effective to reach a world for Christ. That's the way I see the mission statement. Changing the world with the unchanging word is training grounds, cultivating, creating an atmosphere for these young people, and then sending them out to reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ. The Great Commission, really.
Very good. So talk about evangelism. How is the Lord using this ministry to help raise up evangelists, people to go share the good news? Sure,
yeah. Young people, when they leave here, they are tasked and commissioned. Really, we all are as Christians. We're tasked and commissioned. But it is our desire to train them, to instill in them, in their heart and in their mind, the task to evangelize the world, to reach the world, to share the gospel message of Jesus Christ. And the evangelism aspect of that, I guess, would be finding converts, finding the lost, finding those that are hurting and dying on the side roads of life, and telling them the gospel. That's the evangelism side. Obviously, there's more to it. That's the beginning. There's more to it than that.
Yeah, that's good. Discipleship, what does that mean around here? Making disciples.
Yeah, well, really, that actually is at the core of what we're doing. So these young people, it is our desire that they come in as Christians. Obviously, there's some that come and they find out, you know what? The light bulb comes on, and they realize that they've got to make some changes in their life. But by and large, most of the students that come in, nearly all of them, have already had that born-again experience. They're Christians. They're still trying to figure things out and stumbling around, but they're Christians. And really, that's at the heart of what we're doing here. And I talked about the atmosphere that we're cultivating and creating. I've talked about sending them out. Well, if they're not discipled, if they're not ready to be sent out, that's a problem. So that we see that as that's one of our primary missions here, is why we have the young people here, why we're cultivating them, why we're giving them the tools that they need to go out and be effective for Christ, is that discipleship period. We have mentors for every one of our students. Our staff to student ratio, or rather our teacher to student ratio is quite small. And it allows these students to be able to connect with them in a personal way. And I can speak as a student as well, so I'll reflect a little bit back. I can't help but reflect back on my experience. And some of the staff that were placed in my life that made a difference in me. Wow, it's hard to even put into words. In the discipleship that I experienced as a student, That's what we want to do for these young people, and that's what I believe that we are doing for them.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, talk about that again from a student's perspective. I've heard it said everybody should go to Bible college, no matter what job you think you're going to get. Talk about how you're glad you made that decision, and somebody else who's considering Bible college.
Wow, it was a life-changing decision. It was, those years were so formative, so important, so crucially important for the trajectory that I'm on and in my walk with Christ and following and serving Him. Wow, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for coming to Bible college. I wouldn't be in ministry. I can guarantee you that. Maybe not even a Christian. So it's had a tremendous impact on my life, and that helps me in my job, actually, to be able to reflect on that and to be guided by that in my heart and in my mind. What I would say to someone who's considering college, and hopefully Bible college, consider a place, going to a place, even if you're not called to full-time ministry, consider the spiritual atmosphere. And if you're a young Christian, if you're wanting to serve God, you need to be submerged in an atmosphere that is heading the same direction, the right direction toward heaven. You need to be submerged in an atmosphere that's going to help you and to allow you to grow in the grace and knowledge of Jesus Christ. Even if you're not called to full-time ministry and you're called to be a doctor, we need doctors. You're called to be a lawyer, we need lawyers, businessmen. That's fine, that's great, that's wonderful. But come to a Bible college for at least a year or two and get that preparation, that grounding, that foundation in the Word of God, in a spiritual atmosphere, in a spiritual environment. It can make the difference in your life and in your future.
So let's talk about ways people can get involved and support this ministry. Talk about prayer support, financial support, being a student, even volunteer opportunities.
Yeah. There are many ways that someone could get involved here at Union Bible College. Maybe you're past the age of you feel like attending a college. Maybe you're married, middle-aged, already have things worked out in your life, so to speak, and where you're at and where your place of service is. There are many ways you can get involved. First of all, it's never too late to enroll. With our online programs and degrees, maybe you have some regrets and you wish you would have finished. You wish you would have gotten that degree. You can come back through online and finish and get a degree. But if that's not your passion, if that's not your desire, you can make a difference. You too can change the world with the unchanging Word through what we're doing here at Union Bible College, through your giving, through your prayer support. These are critical and crucial elements that allow us to continue on in service for the King. It's through your giving and through your prayer, through showing up on campus. Come and visit us. Come and see. Get to know some of these young people. Come and see them. See what God is doing in their life and what He plans to do for them in the days ahead. I promise it'll make a difference in your life.
That's awesome. Talk about volunteer opportunities, work teams, campus, growth, expansion stuff. Always something to work on.
There's always ways you can volunteer on this campus, whether it be through grounds work, whether it be through, we're starting an expansion program. We have been in it actually for several years now, a development program where we have plans for the next, Lord willing, for the next 20 years on new buildings and renovation of current structures. There's always ways that those with the gifts and the abilities and the talents could step in and contribute in that avenue.
Very good. Yeah, that's awesome. So why do you do what you do?
Wow. I would have to say what keeps me going and what has become the passion of my work here at Union Bible College is these students. It's the students. It's the Great Commission. It's, as I've said, this place leaving its mark and imprint in a positive way through the Word of God, through His Spirit, making a difference in these young people's lives and then them going out and reaching people for Christ. And serving almost 9 years now in this position, I've had the privilege to see those that we've even talked to, those that have come into these halls and now have gone out and have graduated and are in a place of service. Seeing them as a youth camp president or as a pastor, assistant pastor, serving here, serving there, maybe even some in the common workforce. Just see their lives and what they're doing for God. That makes it all worthwhile. And that's one of the things that keeps me going and keeps my passion for this place and what God is doing here at Union Bible College.
Final question, is there anything else the Lord put on your heart to share with us?
And then I also want to speak to those that are called to full-time ministry or maybe feel the tug of the Lord upon their heart to enter the harvest field and in a full-time capacity. I want to encourage you to consider Bible college, consider Union Bible College. It's very important to have that training and that foundation before you go out into a place of service. And really that's what we're doing. We're offering the tools and offering a place where you can come and then graduate and go out with those tools, with the proper equipment, and with God's presence and power in their life, with a solid understanding and knowledge of the Word of God, and then go out and make a difference and make the greatest possible impact that they can for the kingdom of God.